Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day. And today, the Charlotte Hornets have signed Seth Curry. After waiving Seth Curry about a day or two, I think it was a day or two after the NBA draft concluded. Might have been 3 days. I'm not sure. It was a day or two, or maybe 3 days after the NBA draft was over. The Hornets waived Seth Curry, but when they waived Seth Curry, it was reported that the Hornets had a lot of interest in bringing him back on a contract, and they have done that. The Charlotte Hornets acquired Seth Curry with Grant Williams and draft picks when they traded P.J. Washington to the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, that is probably a deal that the Dallas Mavericks ended up winning because P.J. Washington was great for them in the regular season and did a great job in the postseason, made a huge impact for them. And I know they didn't win an NBA championship, but they made it to the NBA Finals. And I don't know if they make it to the NBA Finals without P.J. Washington. If you look at the first couple rounds with the Dallas Mavericks against the Clippers and the Thunder, those first two rounds, there was a lot of struggles for Luka Doncic early on and some struggles for Kyrie Irving. And when there were struggles for Luka and Kyrie, the guy that was to step up and be huge for them was P.J. Washington. Look, I think without P.J. Washington, the Mavericks still probably survive the Clippers and end up taking them down. But without P.J. Washington, I don't think the Mavericks advance to the conference finals and take down the Thunder. P.J. Washington was huge in that Thunder series. He was even big in the Clippers series as well. He was good in the Timberwolves series as well. Wasn't great in the NBA Finals. But at the same time, Dallas has done a solid job with that trade as well because Grant Williams actually did a really good job in Charlotte at the end of the year. And Seth Curry was someone who did solid in the 8 games he played. In 8 games, he got one start, played 20 minutes per game, shot 44% from the floor. This is terrible for Seth, and especially from the family he comes from, but not just the family he comes from, his career. He's a 43% three-point shooter, shot a terrible 32%. Keep in mind, he is a 43% three-point shooter. But he averaged 9 points per game. Even though he was shooting absolutely terrible from three, which is not like him, he still averaged 9 points per game. He averaged 2 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game, nearly 1 steal per game, a half a block per game. This year was just a little bit of an off year with him. Didn't play much in Dallas, which was like his 3rd or 4th stint with the Dallas Mavericks. Because he was with the Dallas Mavericks in the. So his first stint with the Dallas Mavericks was the 2016-17 season. Then he goes to Portland, goes back to Dallas in the 2019-20 season, and then this past season, the 23-24 season, he was back in Dallas. So 3 different times with the Dallas Mavericks. This one was the worst one because he didn't play that much. He played 36 games, sure, and 3 starts, but only 12 minutes per game. Did shoot 36% from 3, only averaged 4 points per game. Now, in the 22-23 season, he was really solid with the Brooklyn Nets. 61 games, 7 starts, 20 minutes per game. He shot 46% from the floor, 41% from 3 on 4 attempts. He averaged 9 points per game. He averaged 2 rebounds per game and 2 assists per game. Now, his best season was, in my opinion, the 2021-22 season with the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. He was involved in that James Harden trade that sent James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers. He was sent with Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons to the Brooklyn Nets for James Harden. And so, yeah, he went to Brooklyn. He was already with Philadelphia. So with Philadelphia in Brooklyn, he played 64 games that season, the 21-22 season, 33 minutes per game, shot 49% from the floor, 42% from 3, and he averaged 15 points per game, 4 assists per game, and 3 rebounds per game. So, Seth Curry was great in the 21-22 season. But, he's been good his whole career. Really has. Just this past year was a really bad year for him. Started to get it going a little bit with the Hornets by getting more playing time, but his 3-point shot was just still really, really, really not there. I think if Seth can find his shot next season after having his worst 3-point shooting season of his career, if he can do that, we're talking about a 43% 3-point shooter who shot 36% with Dallas, and 32% with Charlotte. On the total season, he shot 35%, which I know 35% is good. 35% is amazing, but that is terrible for Seth. That's crazy for me to say. This is someone who, before this season, has not had a season where he shot below 40%. Before this season, his lowest percentage in the season was 40.5% at 40.6. So this is a great three-point shooter right here. He's had seasons where he has not missed a three-pointer. He's had a couple of seasons where he does not miss a three-pointer, which is crazy. Well, that's not on a bunch of attempts. He played 2 games with the in the 2013-14 season, he only played 2 games and didn't take a bunch of attempts and shot 100% from 3. But so he has had one season where he does not miss a 3, but this is still someone who shot 43% in his NBA career. He's been in the league since the 2015-16 season. So this was his worst three-point shooting season of his career. So what I'm saying is, if you can find a shot, he could be a decent piece for this Hornets team off the bench, because this is someone who would, when getting solid minutes with the Hornets, averaging 19 minutes per game with Charlotte, averaged 9 points per game while still shooting bad from 3 at 32%. So if he can get back to his normal 40% with Charlotte next season, and get decent minutes like he was before at 19 minutes per game, I doubt he could get those type of minutes again. But let's say he were able to find his shot again, to the point where he's shooting 40% or over 40%, and he's getting 15 to 19 minutes per game, he could be a guy who averages 12 to 14 points per game, if not more than that. So let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Charlotte Hornets in the comment section, and peace out.